So the first time I really was exposed to languages was in 6th grade at Cohen, where they have you do a quarter of Spanish, and then 7th grade they have you do a quarter of French, and 8th grade you decide if you want to continue with one of those. And when I sat down in that class my 6th grade year, I just loved it. It made sense to me. I understood it in a way that I hadn't really for the other subjects that I had been doing all my life. And from there on, I was just like, this is what I'm sticking with. I know I love this. Last year, during the pandemic, I was remote the first semester for health reasons. And the year before, my guidance counselor had introduced me to the early college program through the University of Maine. And so in my sophomore year, I'd taken astronomy to get a science credit, and over the summer I took general psychology, which I also loved. But then that fall semester, I was only taking one class through the high school, and so I felt like I wanted to take more classes. So I ended up taking the German 1 class through the university, which again, I absolutely loved. It was definitely harder than Spanish, but at that point I was ready for the challenge of a different language. And it just sounded fun and interesting to take, really hear about people having the opportunity to take German. So I thought I would seize that when I could. The second semester, I came back to in-person school just for one class in the morning, which was my Spanish class, which I was glad I did. I absolutely love Profe Dorsa. She's one of the best teachers I've had in school ever. And then the spring semester as well, I continued on German at the university, so I took their German 2 class. Again, I loved it. I did have time this year coming back to school to take sign language. I've always been interested in sign language. It's fascinating to me that it's a language that you don't actually speak. It's something that you use your hands for. And so I was really interested in learning more about that. So I took the first class that we offered last semester, and again, I absolutely loved it. I don't know, I didn't know about this award before my Spanish teacher told me that she was nominating me for this. And just when she told me, I was super honored to even be considered for a nomination, especially because from what I understand, they only nominated one person this year, and sometimes they don't nominate anybody. So I was just super happy to be acknowledged by the teachers in the building. I love learning languages. It's something that ever since I've had the ability to learn languages has inspired me and just really captured my attention. So I do it because I enjoy it, but to have the teachers tell me and nominate me for this award and acknowledge the work that I've done, it's rewarding, I don't need it, but it always feels good to have somebody else say, like, we see what you're doing and you're doing a good job at what you're doing.